What's up? It is Vincent, your boy from that Real Vinny Van channel. What is happening, my peoples? This is take number 194. We're just gonna try this again. I was hoping that somehow you could see my video because I'm looking at it and it seems dark, but I think it's right. It's just because the sun's in my face and it's warm out here and whatnot. Today, there's Wilhelmina. We got her in the background. She is my little girl from Holland. No, actually I named her Wilhelmina after, we'd always take the train into town center and we'd be on the way, and one of the stops was the lady on the intercom with her accent would say, "Next stop, Wilhelmina Plain." I guess that's Wilhelmina Road or whatever. And it always stuck with me, Wilhelmina Plain, and I call her Wilhelmina Van. So, kind of a cool little name for a van. But anyway, what is my deal? Why am I so uptight all the time? So rigid. I'm not. I got a lot of questions to ask. And those questions are about van life and why. How come? Why do we want it so bad? Why are there so many people jumping in? Why all of a sudden are all the people with money buying vans and getting out there and starting YouTube channels? There's questions to be asked. That's my girl. And I would say that it's going to be a good time when I'm able to get out there. So let's see where we're at here. Let's show her. She's running like a top. Everything's looking good. Murdered out windows. I love the tan and black. I know it's kind of goldish, but I call it tan. I love the wheels and the lift. I love pooping in the woods. Yeah. 100,000 mile club, baby. Anyway, listen. Why the heck do people want a van life? I personally am not a professional. I don't know everything. All I can say to you is this. I am not a doctor. I do not know everything. I just play one on TV. It is my opinion. Don't take it seriously. Unless you want to, you can. My opinion is this, because I've looked at van life for probably the last 7 years or so. Talked about it, think about it. Almost traded my truck in on a Dodge Ram Pro Master. But the other half didn't like the idea. It wasn't her jam after all. It turned out I wasn't her jam. I think I said that in the last video. How's that always come up? I ain't nobody's jam right now. Where's Knott's Berry Farm when I need them? They make jam at Knott's Berry Farm, just FYI. But bad joke, terrible. Anyway, thank you for joining me. This is an opinion video based on talking about, all about van life and how come, why the heck are we so excited about it? Why? I'll tell you why. Because everybody wants to escape the rat race, the hamster wheel. Everybody wants out of here. Everybody wants to quit their job. Everybody wants to be free. Everybody wants to stop paying those bills and walk away. And the thing we do not think about is that when we get out there, we still gonna need money. How much money you got in the savings account? What can you sell that can sustain you on the road for as long as you want to be out there? For me, I got my shop full of barber stuff, a couple chairs, guitars, cabinets. It's not a lot. It looked cool. And some of that I wouldn't dare get away, sell. Like Biff, the buffalo on the wall. No way. He's going in storage. I don't know where I'm gonna land. At some point, I could be in a small suite of some sort, building a business again. Who knows where, how, why? Because what I really want to do is build a full-time YouTube account. That's what I want to do. I need it. I want it. I want to be free. So we all have this opportunity called YouTube. All of us. You want to escape your job, your life of paying mortgage and bills and everything. You too can have the same opportunity to build a YouTube channel. Ooh, isn't that awesome? Yes, it is awesome. It's a great opportunity. It's phenomenal. Anyone can do it. Do your homework, be consistent, build a channel, which is what I'm doing. Real Vinny Van is a channel about my journey to that said, talked about, dreamed of freedom. Freedom to do the things I dream of doing, which isn't always travel, which, by the way, isn't about living in a car. It's not about living in a car. It's about freedom, baby. Freedom! Freedom to go when I want to. Not necessarily all the time. Not necessarily full time. At first, maybe. We'll see. All I'm saying is there's different ideas about van life, and we all have them. Let's talk about that, huh? Shall we talk about it? Okay, let's talk about it. Cue the music. Boom, chicka, boom, chicka, boom, boom, chicka. New scene. Cut. Go. Okay, so that was your editing. On the channel, I don't edit. I just act stupid and hope you guys watch. It's the real deal. There's a whole lot of people out there van lifing. When I first started watching some of these bigger, the Matneys, the Nomadic Movement, Trent and Alley, Eamon and Beck, of course. Some of those last ones I mentioned are making so much money they can buy any car they want, boats, jet skis, cabins, build their own house. They don't seem to run out of money to do whatever they want. They got YouTube channels with between 500,000 and almost 1 million subscribers who join Patreon, watch them on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, and they get paid AdSense for advertising, which ends up being a lot of money. If you look at how much money these people make on YouTube, there's videos that say, how much do these people make? How much do these people make? They make a lot of money. They're millionaires. From YouTube, I am not all about finances. I'm like you probably. I just want to pay my bills, be happy if they come, if those riches come my way. Fantastic. Me personally, I would find ways of helping other people with money. I do that now with not that much money, but I can't afford to just leave. Personally, I can't afford to get in my van, put everything in storage and leave. I have a great job. I have a job that pays a good amount of money. It's the most money I've ever made in my life, consistently. So what I'm trying to tell you is this. Not everybody has money to go buy a brand new van and have it all fixed up or do the work themselves. You're talking about, between $50,000 and $80,000 and up. If you buy one already done, 100 grand plus. If you buy an RV, you know how much RVs cost. And not only do they cost money when you buy them, they cost money to keep them up. So you always got to work out those quirks, those things. If you build it yourself, then you know what everything is and where it's at and how you did it and where it might have gone wrong. Better to build it yourself. Keep it simple though. Start getting all this crazy stuff, it could be trouble unless you're Trent. Trent Childs, that guy, he's a good dude. Him and Allie having a baby, they're building their own little house up in the mountains in Utah. I love those guys. I love Trent and Allie. I love Eamon and Beck. And I follow lots of people. Those people, they didn't exactly have everything when they left. They were taking chances. I would say they're real van lifers. They are some of the OGs of van life because they took the risk, but they had money to start out. They had a new vehicle to start out. Who knows if they were paying payments on it until they could afford to pay it off? I don't know. But I do know that there was a time when Eamon and Beck lost an account with their tea company, and she was crying, and they were upset about how they're going to make it and what are they going to do. And they made a decision to go all in with van life on YouTube, and that was the right decision. They're closing in on 1 million subscribers. They just bought a cabin. They're getting ready to buy another cabin, a big piece of property on the lake. That's not cheap. That costs a lot of money. And they already have one they're fixing up. I'm just saying to you that some have more privilege, more ability to afford to do it. And guess what? They're no longer van lifing full time. They're living in houses. And that's where everybody's going to go, because that is normal. to want to have some stability and shoot out from there. That's what Trent and Allie are doing. They're already hinting at new van life trips with the baby. And I think that's great. That's awesome. Then we got people like myself who, yes, I have a good job, but as soon as I stop, as soon as I take a vacation for a week or two, I make no money on those trips. It's not a residual income. It's if you're there and you do the work, you get the money. If you're gone and closed, you don't get no money. So I make good money while I'm working, while I'm stressing about life and everything in it. But as soon as I close the shop and leave and drive away in this van, I still have all my life bills, but no money coming in. So it's risky. So the real OGs are those people. One particular group in particular, particularly is my people's Lost Renegades. Shout out, hashtag Lost Renegades. Check them out, their channel. You know, Jen and Charlie got the puppies. They got that old 80-something van. They fixed it up, but they took off. They took a chance. They wanted to do YouTube. They wanted to build something, get some freedom, have a life of being able to do whatever they want. But I guarantee you that once they hit the good success in YouTube, they might settle down a little while, maybe buy a place, get out of the van, get some refreshing, and go back and forth, which is what I want to do. I got lots of ideas that don't involve sleeping in the back of a car. But that is a means to an end. Van life is intriguing because it's the beginning of freedom if you can build a YouTube. If you're not about YouTube or building any kind of social, you know, media. If you're just out there, you've more likely got a vehicle that you're sleeping in and you're just traveling around for a couple months and you're gonna go back home and doing whatever you're gonna do. Van lifers, they go all in. They take a chance. They try to figure out how they're gonna make it. They buy noodles and things to eat that are cheap. Except if you can't, like the Renegades, they drink beer. You gotta have beer, that's part of the budget. So they go places and they drink different beers and they talk about how good they are, how bad they are, or whatever. Jen cooks like a crazy chef, making some good stuff. Oh, some of that vegan dishes, I love it. But that's what I'm saying, it's like, they're all in. And now they just got to a point where they have some sponsors. They did a Skillshare sponsorship the other day. I was so stoked for them. You know, they went from just taking that risk and they got to a point where they're traveling everywhere. They're going places. They were just at this other van life gathering where everybody was there and people know who they are. And what a feeling that must be to have spent all that time to grow something, then show up and people say, oh, look at that, they are, Lost Renegades. And then I saw Ladybug out. She's cute. She's in that red little Transit and just loving life. She's got a house though. She owns a house. She's affording this lifestyle. You don't see stress on her. Watch her videos. She's smiley. She's happy. She's pursuing her best life and she is enjoying it. Then you got people like Tim and Finn. They have a channel that has gone pretty well. They built an Amazon business and got themselves ready after getting married to be able to go out. So they did a smart way. They built an income and then they took off. How about it? There's nothing wrong with it. But to me, I still categorize real van lifers like those OGs, like Katie Carney living in her car. She don't have much. She's working on a computer and she's staying in Target shopping center or parking lots, Walmart parking lots, truck stops. She's out there living, eating lots of junk food and pursuing her best life. She's doing it, man. Can you blame us for wanting to do it? It seems like a great thing, but I think that people who have gone all in, they're able to experience a certain feeling of freedom and a certain thing where finally I have a new vision. I've built something that's gonna take me to that next level, like Eamon and Beck. They had a business they were trying to grow doing these shows, where the trade shows where they would sell their tea. And that's what they were doing until they lost a big account and they were upset because they didn't know what they were going to do. They had no idea what they were going to do. And they made a decision to go all in YouTube, and that was the right decision. Why? Because they still have their tea company. I think it's doing better than ever because they got this huge following. And I'm sure they sell a lot of tea and kits and stuff to people who are subscribed to their channel. They've got like 800,000 something subscribers. Your business is going to do good. Your channel's doing well. Everything you do is going to do well if you got a great channel like that. So that was a great move for them to go all in. And I want to go all in too, because I know from experience from watching these OGs that going all in is where it's at. If you have some idea what people want to see, if you've got some ideas about what you'll do for your channel, and even if you don't, even if all you're going to do is go drink some beer, eat some good vegan food, and take trips out into the wilderness and go hiking and enjoy little towns, you don't know how long that's going to be for you. You don't know if you'll be doing it a year or for 5 or 10 years. You don't know. But what we do know right now is that we want some joy and freedom and to erase the stress from our lives. We want to go. We want to start and see where it goes. And thank you, YouTube, for supplying an opportunity for creative people like myself just to talk and be dumb. I know that my videos are nothing. I know that I'm not even living in my van yet. This is a journey for a businessman, a person who started from nothing. I had nothing. Literally, people were questioning me and mocking me because I said, oh, I'm going to have a barbershop. I'm just going to start a barbershop. Well, how are you going to start a barbershop? You don't have any money. You don't even have any credit to get a place. I'm like, I don't care about that stuff, man. I know what I have, and I have ambition and passion. And if you have ambition and passion, you can meet your goals too. You can succeed, no matter what it is. Human beings, man, humans. We got this. All I'm saying to you is, I had an idea. I believed. I started driving around neighborhoods, looking around for something that said for rent. And I found a big window, looked like a shop. And I rented that sucker, no credit, just gave her money, $6.50 a month. Didn't really make it there. It was a bad location and had a bunch of leaks, and every time it rained, it flooded out. So, but I was there and I started. And what happened then? People knew I existed. I went down the street and I found a guy who had a cigar shop, and he said, hey, that in spot's coming up. That in spot's empty. Talk to the owner. They'll probably rent to you. I'm telling you, if you don't start, you ain't gonna succeed. You have to start. Guess what? I started, and there she is. That is a minivan. So far, that van's worth about $14,000 to $15,000 with all the work I put into it. I bought it for $6,000, and I slowly put the lift and the tires and the tent, cleared the inside out, did major work in the engine and the suspension. And that is my first step. And I'm talking all about it. My channel is boring, I know, but I am talking about a big event. When I walk away from this business, this literally $100,000 job, when I walk away from that, I'm saying no to what everyone thinks I ought to do. And everyone calls me stupid for wanting to go the other direction. They think I should stay in the shop and just ride it out and keep saving money. I'm miserable, you know? And I'm stressed. I've been through some of the hardest times of my life recently, with the divorce, with the death of family members. And, you know, it's time. I would leave tomorrow. But I'm just being smart a little bit and trying to save a little bit of money so that I at least have the ability to get somewhere. And if I have to settle in another place that I actually want to be, it won't be so bad. Like Boise, I'm thinking about going back to Boise and hanging out there for a while. Maybe there's a couple shops that I know of that wouldn't mind bringing me in as a barber. Let me work a few days. And then I can do van life several days a week out in the mountains. And it takes 7 hours to drive to Coeur d'Alene or Washington or Oregon. You know, these great areas to go van lifing. Canada's very close. So what I'm saying to you is this. Stop hesitating. Realize that there are many reasons that people do this, and not everybody has a lot of money. Not everybody has the means to get out there. But if you've got the gonads, You've got the drive, you've got the dream, the desire. It's never gonna happen until you pull the trigger. It's never gonna happen until you do something, until you take those first steps. The reasons why Tim and Finn are out there now, yes, they might have had more brains than me. Definitely, those guys are pretty smart. They put together an Amazon business their first year of marriage, I guess. They got successful enough where they bought an RV and they took off on the road. They made videos with a camera, a cheap little DSLR or something. They made it happen. So they're for real. But now they have a phenomenal following. They make great videos. They travel everywhere, and not just in a van, in an RV, in a plane. They're all over the place. Thailand, they've been everywhere. They're like Kara and Nate. Kara and Nate are a lovely couple, lovely, awesome couple. Very relatable. They go everywhere. Yes, they had a van. I don't think the van was their favorite, but they had the money to do it. And my dream is to help more people. And the more people I help, the better I feel about my life. And I want to bless people. I want to be a blessing. Do I want to live in a van? Not necessarily, but I will. And I'll have fun doing it, and I'll enjoy it. And Wilhelmina will treat me right, because what I'm doing is the one thing I can, is I can keep her going good. She's already fit, and she looks great. I get noticed everywhere I go. People say, what the heck, what'd you do? And it's great to be noticed like that. But I'm gonna get out there, and Wilhelmina, she'll probably get known. People recognize her. This channel will get bigger and bigger. Once we crack the algorithm and we're out there and more people see the videos and a more diverse crowd subscribes, we'll be doing more better videos, less of this talking head and just opinions and unedited videos. I'll start doing some stuff and actually editing things out, and it'll be great. So you guys, if you agree with me, if you don't agree with me, it's okay. Leave a comment, like, and hit the subscribe and that little bell that helps you know I'm putting something out. It would be great. It seems to be growing pretty steadily now, so I'm pretty excited about it. I think it's pretty awesome. And I don't know when I'm leaving, but I'm pretty sure when it happens, you guys will see the joy in my face and the excitement about the opportunity that's ahead. I'm very excited. Anyway, keeping this short. Don't know how long it is. Can't see the time. Looks like 22 minutes. That's about right. No matter how you look at van life, living in a car, or the people that do it and what their reasons is, whether they're homeless and they have to, or that's all they can afford, they can't afford rent, so they move into their car, or that's what they choose, they quit their jobs and they live in a car and they go places, and they sit around in a place till they can conjure up a little bit of money for gas and then go to another place. Or those people who can afford to fully sell their house and buy something totally expensive and get out on the road and not worry at all about gas money, Wi-Fi, any of it. They're just living their best life. They got it. Or the people that keep their house and have money too and do a job on the road and just want to travel and be free. Just pretend like you're one of those people. You got a car. Let's say you got a little Isuzu hatchback and you barely fit in it by taking the front seat out, and you throw a mattress or a padding or a board, you build a board across to the back of the trunk, stick your legs to the trunk like Jake McCollum. He's got an Acura he lives in for the last 3 or 4 years. Dude's awesome. Check him out, Jake McCollum. I'm just saying, whatever your reason is, just pretend like it's all gonna be good, because it is. It is. Live your best life, and if it's in a car, God bless you. Do your thing, okay? That's it for me. Second video of the day. Hope you liked it. And I'm going to see you again very soon. All right. Take care. Good weekend.